Hello everyone and welcome back to Music Lessons Live with me, Ollie, here on the New Wave Arts Facebook page. I hope you're all doing well. I can't believe I'm back so soon, but I've been really looking forward to doing these. So if you're joining us for the first time, these music lessons are every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. here on the New Wave Arts Facebook page. They'll also be going on to our YouTube channel afterwards if you unfortunately miss one of them. They will be on our Facebook page for you to view as well. And for those schools that have asked, I'll be sending these to your online resource pages as well, where you'll be able to find them. Yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Again, really excited to be here. Last time, if you tuned in last time, you know that these were just ukulele sessions. This time I'm plucking up the courage to do a bit more. I'm just going to move the camera ever so slightly. I'm plucking up the courage to do a few more instruments and to do a bit of musical theory as well. Everything we're doing is part of the national curriculum as well, so you know that when you're tuning in, you'll be getting the full range of your musical knowledge given. So what we're going to be doing today, my camera keeps moving over. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing some guitar, and I'm going to show you some ukulele as well. Please don't worry if you don't have one of these instruments. We will be covering, as I mentioned, a bit of musical theory and a couple of other bits and bobs as well. So you'll be getting everything you need musically for today. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a breakdown of the sessions, what we're going to be getting up to. So first of all is we're going to start off with a little bit of, as I mentioned, of that musical theory. So that may be going over some, looking at some musical notes. It could be going through some of the words to a song that we might be singing, or it could be looking at some different parts of a new musical instrument that we could be going through. After that, we'll probably do a little bit of playing together, whether that be doing some keyboard, doing some, for example today, doing some guitar and ukulele. And then at the end of our sessions, once we've done learning the chords or the notes, learning the different rhythm and different ways of playing, we will then have a little play along as well. If you think I'm going a little bit too fast, or I've missed something, as I said, I haven't done these in a while, so I might be a little bit rusty. Comment below if you're watching live, and let me know if I've missed something out, or you want me to repeat something again to help you out. Cool, right, so I think let's crack on. So as I mentioned today, we're going to be looking at the guitar, which you should be able to see now. Here's my guitar here. And we're going to be looking at the ukulele as well. Okay, so let's go over the ukulele because I've got it in my hand right now. So you could probably see mine is a lovely red colour. I really like my ukulele. As you can see, it is pretty small. Okay, it is 100% a ukulele. I get a lot of students saying, "Oh, it's a small guitar." It is not. It is a ukulele. Okay. Ukuleles originated in Hawaii, which is an island just off the coast of the USA in the Pacific. Okay, and I'm going to go over some of the parts of our ukulele now. If you've got one at home, have it out in front of you so you can follow along. If you don't worry. All this information is going to be super useful. Okay, just in case you decide to buy one in the future. So the top part of our ukulele here, where you can see the lettering, this is called the head of the ukulele. Okay, and on the head of the ukulele is where we can find our tuning pegs. Okay, and our tuning peg's job is to keep the strings of the ukulele nice and in tune. Okay, so when we are playing, okay, if any of our strings go out of tune, okay, our tuning peg's job is to twist them and get them back sounding the way they were. Okay, here we've got the neck of the ukulele, and on the neck of the ukulele you can find the frets. Okay, now the frets, okay, is where we place our fingers. Okay, so we place our fingers in between these metal parts of our ukulele. Okay, and when we press down on them, what we are doing is we are changing the pitch, changing the tuning of those strings, because when we press down, the string gets tighter and the tuning and the pitch goes up. Okay, so that is the job of the frets. Below we've got the body of the ukulele, and on the body we can find the sound hole and the bridge as well. The bridge and the sound hole, okay, its job is this. So when we play our strings, I'll quickly play them now. Okay, it's the sound and the vibration from the strings travel into the sound hole. Okay, they go all the way around the sound, all the way around the body. Sorry. Okay, and then come back out of the sound hole, creating the lovely sound that we've just made with our strings. Okay, our bridge. Get my finger down. Our bridge. Okay, is where our strings find themselves attached to the ukulele. So there's two parts of the ukulele where the strings are attached. That is the tuning pegs up here, and then that is the bridge down here. If we didn't have a bridge, our strings wouldn't know where to go, so they'd probably just fly off the ukulele. There's one more part of our ukulele that most people forget to mention, and that is this here, this white bar here. This is super, super important. This is the nut of the ukulele. Its job is to make sure that our strings, our four strings, stay nice and in line with the ukulele and the neck and the body. If this nut wasn't here, what would happen is that our strings would all just bunch up in the middle, because when we tighten something, it likes to get thinner as well, and that goes for our strings as well. They'd want to get closer. So it's got little notches, little grooves, and it just keeps our strings nice and in line. And that is all the different parts of the ukulele. I will show you my guitar as well. It is a similar affair. Okay, so we've got the head of the guitar. As you can see, I've got my little tuning peg here to make sure all my strings are in tune. We've got our tuning pegs. We've got our neck. We've got our frets, our body, sound hole, our bridge here. We've got the nut of the guitar here. However, it is a little bit bigger, okay? And we've also got more strings on our guitar. So here we've got 6 strings instead of 4, okay? So those are all the different parts of the guitar. Right, so how do we play our ukulele and guitar? So for us at the moment, what we're going to be looking at is chords. So what are chords? When we play a string or a note on our ukulele or guitar, I'll grab up my ukulele for now just to show you. So I'm going to play one note here. Okay. As I mentioned, that is a note. That is a single sounding string. If I were to play different strings at the same time, for example this one, that is known as a chord. Okay. When we play multiple strings at the same time, we call that a chord. We are creating harmony, okay? And that is what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over some chords on our guitar and our ukulele. I've got a piece of music as well that I'm going to put in the comments now for you to follow along. We're going to have a little go at doing this at the end of the lesson. It is a very, very good song. It is probably one of my favourite songs that I love listening to. And on that piece of music, we should have some chord charts at the top of the music. What is a chord chart? Well, I'm going to go through that now as well. As I mentioned at the start of the session, if you think I'm going too fast, just comment below. I am reading the comments as we go along, and I will pause or go through something again. If not, this is going up onto the YouTube channel and will be on the Facebook page as well, so you can pause, rewind, start again as we are going through. So here is my badly drawn chord chart, okay? So this is a chord chart for the ukulele, and as you can see, we've got our box here, and we've got some numbers going down the side, and we've got some letters going across as well, okay? And I'm going to go through these different parts now. So our chord chart is representing our fretboard on our ukulele. So if I got my ukulele at the same time, do you see the similarities? Okay. So we've got the lines going down, which represent our strings. And then we've got the lines going across, which is our fretboard. Okay. And in relation to the ukulele, this part here, where our nut is where our chord chart starts going down. Okay. In relation to our ukulele. So, the numbers, what do the numbers represent? The numbers are our different frets, okay? So we've got fret 1, fret 2, and fret 3. If I quickly grab my ukulele on here, we've got fret 1 here, fret 2, and then fret number 3. The letters going across are our different strings, okay? So we've got string G, string C, string E, and string A. Now you're probably thinking, how am I going to remember this? Okay, I have got the perfect rhyme for you to help you out remembering these different strings, and it goes something like this: good children eat apples. Easy. If you can remember that rhyme, you will never forget the strings on a ukulele. Good children eat apples. On our ukulele, this is G, so that's good. Children, that's C. Eat, and then apples, that's A. So G, C, E, A. If you've got a ukulele at home, just have a go at playing along with me now, okay? I'm going to do a 4-beat counting, and then we're going to play each string, and we're going to say it out loud as we play it, because that's a really good way of imprinting that in our brains so we can remember it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good children eat apples. Let's do it one more time. 2, 3, 4. Good children eat apples. There you go. So hopefully you'll be able to remember that. I'll quickly recap now. Frets, fret 1, 2, and 3, and then our strings. Good children eat apples. So let's quickly go back to our chord chart. So if you've opened up that link that I've put in the comments, you'll probably see these different chord charts have some dots on them. I'm going to draw a dot onto my chord chart now. And I'm going to draw on 2 more as well for you to have a little look at, and I'll let you know what they are. Now, so as you can see, my chord chart has now got a wonderful dot on it. Okay, so those students who've been with me before, you'll probably know of all the different coloured dots that we usually play with. If you don't have them at home, don't worry, I'm going to let you know what it is now. So this dot here is on our 3rd fret, and it's on our A string. This dot is telling us that we need to use one of our fingers on our left hand if you're left-handed, or right hand if you're playing on a right-handed ukulele, that we need to press down on the 3rd fret on the A string. Now what I like to say is, if it's on the 3rd fret, you need to be using your 3rd finger on your left hand, or your ring finger. If it's your right hand, it's exactly the same. You use your 3rd finger or your ring finger on your right hand. This is just so we don't get lost when we're playing different chords along the way. So there we go. I'll repeat that one more time. 3rd fret on the A string. We've got some other little symbols up here. We've got this circle, okay? Now this circle, what it tells us to do, it tells us to play open strings. It means we're not pressing down on anything. It means we're just playing that open string. So for us it's G. So when we see that on our chord chart, we're going to play that open, as you can probably hear me just playing on my ukulele now. The way I like to remember it is O stands for open. Okay, it means we're not pressing down on any strings, is we're going to let that string ring out and be heard. Our X is basically saying, don't play. X, cross, no. Okay, it's the universal wrong, no. So it should be a nice and easy one to remember. The X means do not play that string. So if we've got one on C, which I doubt we'd ever have, because that's pretty difficult, it means don't play the C string. Okay, so when we're playing that chord, is we're not going to be striking that with our thumb or all the way we're playing. Cool, hopefully that all makes sense. I will be going over a chord in a moment, which is this one here, and I'll be going through that in just a moment. I'm just going to show you now the chord chart for a guitar, okay? So this one here is a chord chart for a guitar. As you can probably see, we've got a couple more strings, okay? So we've got our frets going down. We've got fret 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in relation to our guitar, I forget how bigger it is than a ukulele. So we've got fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, and then fret number 4, okay? And then our strings, a little bit different. They're tuned slightly different as well. So we've got E, A, D, G, B, and then E again. And I'm just going to play these in relation to our guitar. So we've got E, which is our lowest note on the guitar. We've got A, we've got D, we've got G, we've got B, and then we've got E again. And those are all the different notes on our guitar. Now, I have got another rhyme that you can learn to help you remember these different notes. So, E, A, D, G, B, E. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Which is probably what would happen if you ate dynamite. Okay, so Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. If you can remember that, you'll be able to remember the different strings on a guitar. Now, guitar chord chart, exactly the same as our ukulele chord chart as well. If we have a black dot on one of the lines and one of the frets, that means we're pressing down with one of our fingers. And a circle or an X, open or not playing. So exactly the same as we do on our ukulele as well. Brilliant. So hopefully that's all kind of made sense. Again, you can pause, rewind this, and it will be going up on YouTube as well if you didn't catch anything I just mentioned then. Right, so we're going to go through our playing style and some different chords now as well. So I'm going to grab my ukulele. So if you've got a ukulele, have your ukulele ready to play along with me. If you don't worry, we're going to be doing the guitar in a moment. And as well, we're doing a bit of a sing-along at the end. So if you haven't got an instrument with that, just wait until the end, and yeah, we can have a little bit of a sing-along at the end. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the correct playing style for both guitar and ukulele as well. When we're playing our ukulele, what we first want to do is have our ukulele on our laps like this. I put mine on my lap, but you can't see it, so I'm going to raise mine just ever so slightly. So I want you to have your ukulele like this. I want the head of the ukulele, if you're playing right-handed, facing to your left, so it's by your left hand. And the body of the ukulele facing to the right, so it's near your right hand. If you're a right-handed player, it's just the other way around. So the head of the ukulele facing to the right, or your right hand, and then the body of the ukulele facing to the left, or your left hand. Good, that should be on your lap, ready to go. What you're going to do is you're going to grab it with your left hand and your right hand, or other way around if you're playing a left-handed ukulele, sorry. You're going to bring it up to your chest like this. Now, bring it up to your chest like this. I see a lot of people go like this. We're not on that step just yet. Bring it up to chest just like this. You might be thinking, what is Ollie doing? But don't worry, trust me, okay? Then once we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to flip our ukulele around like so. The reason we're doing this is because we will always get into the perfect playing position when we do so. Our ukulele will always be the correct way around when we need to play. Okay, if you've had a little practice doing that, we'll do that one more time. So lift it to your chest and then turn it around. Okay. Now I'm going to show you your thumbs up playing technique. Okay, this is a way to strum the wonderful chords on a ukulele. Okay, so what you're going to do is with your right hand, if you're playing right-handed, left hand if you're playing left-handed, is you're going to go like this with your thumb. Okay, doing a thumbs up. Okay, as if you've gone, well done. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put this thumb on this top string here, which is the G string on our ukulele. Okay. In fact, I'm going to bring my camera down ever so slightly so you can see a little bit better. There you go. You're going to put it on here, and then nice and gently, okay, and I mean gently, you're going to just press down until your thumb rolls off all the strings. So just have a little go at practicing that now if you need to. So just strumming down with your thumb. If you want to play a little bit quicker. Okay. So make sure you're playing nice and gently there, okay? If you're playing really hard, okay, you get a really, really loud noise and it really, really, really starts to hurt your thumb as well, and you will get a blister if you're not careful. Okay, so make sure you're playing nice and gently. Okay, right, I will go over chords in a moment. I'm just going to go over on the guitar now. So, very similar. However, we're not going to be doing this because that would be a little bit crazy. With our guitar, you can probably see we've got some grooves here. Okay, some indentations. These are great for sitting on our leg. So if you are playing right-handed, you want this to be sat on your left leg, like so. I'm just going to pull my camera down so you can see. So as you can see, it's sat on my leg just here. Okay, that is probably going to be the best way for you to position yourself in the with the guitar. You want it so it's sat on your leg, and you want the neck of the guitar kind of facing up at an angle. Now you can have it on your right leg as well, but what I find is when I play it on my right leg is I tend to slouch over a bit more, okay, and I start to get a really kind of, my back starts to really hurt as well, okay, so it's probably best if you can keep it on your left leg for ease, okay. So once you're in that position, okay, and the neck of the guitar is facing up, you're pretty much ready to go, okay. Again, with like with our ukulele, thumbs up on the E string, just by the sound hole, and again you're going to press lightly until you can hear all those different strings. So just have a go at doing that now if you need to. And there you go. So that is our playing technique for guitar. Okay, so we're going to go over some chords now. As I always say, if you need to, please pause, rewind, have a little bit of a practice, go through that again. The best way for practice is always a bit of repetition. So repeating things over and over again, and it will start to kind of get imprinted into your brain, which will make it a lot more easier for you to remember. So we're going to go over some chords. These chords that we're going to go over now are some nice and easy ones, and they're really, really important and going to become more important over the next couple of weeks when we start doing a couple more musical theory lessons, and when we return to our ukulele and guitar as well, because we will be doing these instruments again at some point. So the chords, which you'll be able to find in the comment section below on the music, is the C major chord, the F major chord, the A minor chord, and the G major chord. And we're going to go through these both on our guitar and our ukulele as well. Okay, so starting off on our ukulele, make sure you've got your ukulele in the correct position. So bringing it up, turning it around, ready to play. Okay, so as you could probably see in the comment section below, we've got the C major chord. If you saw my chord chart not long ago, this is the C major chord. Don't worry about those parts up there, but the C major chord, okay, is what we're doing, is we're pressing down on the A string on the 3rd fret, okay? So we're going to go through that now. So ukulele at the ready. You're going to take your left hand. You're going to take your 3rd finger, or your ring finger. You're going to place it on the 3rd fret, so 1, 2, 3, and then the A string, G, C, E, A. Good children eat apples. And you're going to press it down right there, okay? So when I say pressing down, you want to make sure that your finger, okay, using the tips of your finger to play, okay, right on the string there. So when you're pressing down, you want the string touching the fret, okay? So it's touching there, okay? With your left hand as well, you'll want your thumb, as you can see, in the middle of the neck here, okay? So you're getting this, it's what we call a crab claw effect, okay? Going like this. So with your 3rd finger, your thumb there. Once you're happy, have a go at playing it. So I'm going to play it nice and slowly now for you. And that's the C major chord. Again, when you're practicing this, make sure that you're playing each note individually at the start, so one note at a time. And really be asking yourself, can I hear every note nice and clearly? If not, try and readjust your hand again. Make sure you're pressing down nice and hard, okay? Because sometimes we can press down a bit lightly and get something like this, which is not what we're looking for. We want to make sure we're using all those muscles in our arms and in our hand as well to get that nice C chord sound, okay? And again, using our thumbs up playing technique to get that lovely C chord. And there you go, that's the C major chord, okay? Next chord we're going to have a little look at is A minor. Now you're probably asking yourselves, what is the difference between major and minor? Okay, I'm going to play A major. Now I'm going to play A minor. Okay. Now for those of us who really know our theory, you'll know it's because I've changed one of the notes. One of the notes has been flattened. Okay, but for those of us who don't know all that kind of theory stuff, an easy way to remember the difference between major and minor is one kind of chord sounds happy, and the other one sounds quite sad. Okay, so a major chord is our happy chord. Okay, a minor chord is our sad chord. Okay. Now, an easy way to remember this, okay, and no, not saying anything to the army or miners, okay, so a major chord, okay, think of a major in the army, a very high-ranking officer. He probably gets paid quite a lot, so he's probably very happy, okay, so think about major in the army, super happy. Minor, okay, he has to work underground in the dark all day, including the summer, when the weather is great outside. So he could be sad. He might not be sad, but he could be sad. It's an easier way of remembering if you want to. So think minor, underground, all day, even in summer, sad. Okay? So major, minor. Okay? Happy, sad. So A minor is another easy chord again. It's only using one finger. Okay? So this time we're going to use our 2nd finger. Okay, and we're going to place our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, 1, 2, this one here, on the G string. Okay, so this one here. So again, crab claw technique, thumb at the back of our neck, pressing down nice and hard. And that is A minor. Keeping your finger there, so hold it there, hold it there. I want you to put your first finger, or your index finger, on the 1st fret of the E string. Okay, so good children, eat. This one here. Now we have F major. So the F major chord is we're using 2 fingers this time. So we've got our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string here, and then our index finger, our 1st finger, on the 1st fret of the E string here. And that's how we get our F chord. Okay. So let's quickly recap. We've got C, we've got A minor, and then we've got F. Okay. Again, if I'm going a little bit fast, just pause, rewind, have a little practice, and then you can carry on in a moment. Again, each session that we do, whether it's the ukulele, the guitar, or the keyboard, is I will always recap these chords, so don't feel like you're going to have to remember them for the next 6 weeks, okay? I will always recap them at the start of each session. Final chord, okay? This one is tricky, okay? Those students who are watching will know the G major chord, okay, and how annoying it is to play, but please, 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 bear with, keep practicing, and it will get easier over time. So let's go through it now. G major. We take our 1st finger, okay, our index finger, and we press it down, and this is where things slightly change a little. We press it down on the 2nd fret of the C string here. Okay, so we've got our 1st finger down, place it down, pressing down nice and hard. Our 2nd finger goes on the 2nd fret of the A string. So we're tucking it just underneath. Again, you might want to reposition your hand ever so slightly. Remember that crab claw technique. Our 3rd finger, so we're using 3 fingers this time, goes on the 3rd fret of the E string here. So let me recap that again. 1st finger, index finger, on the 2nd fret of the C string. 2nd finger, or your middle finger, on the A string of the 2nd fret. 3rd finger, or ring finger, on the 3rd fret of the E string. When you're ready and you feel confident, go through all those different strings. So we've got C, F, A minor, and then G. Okay. Right, well done, ukulele players. Okay, have a little practice of that because we will be having a go at doing a little bit of a sing-along at the end as well. Guitar players, thank you for waiting so patiently. We're going to go over the different chords now on the guitar. So, C major. Okay. This one is a little bit trickier for our guitar players, okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to take our 3rd finger, or our ring finger, we're going to place it on the 3rd fret, okay, of the A string here. Again, same with the ukulele, crab claw technique, making sure your thumb is in the middle of the neck. On your 3rd fret there. So keeping your finger there, you're going to take your middle finger or your 2nd finger. You're going to place it on the 2nd fret on the D string. Okay. Now this is where it gets a little bit trickier. 1st finger, you're going to place that on the first fret on the B string. Now, when we're playing this chord, we're not playing our low E here. So if we had that on a chord chart, it would be an X. Okay. So let's just go through that one more time. So third finger on the third fret of the A string. Second finger on the second fret of the D string. And then first finger on the first fret of the B string. And again, like with our ukulele, we're just going to go through it nice and slowly. And that is C. Now, A minor, keep in that position with your C chord. All you're going to do is move your third finger or your ring finger, and you're going to place that on the second fret of the G string. So you're keeping your second and first finger there. So second finger or middle finger on the D string on the second fret. First finger on the first fret of B. And then you're just going to move your third finger to the second fret of the G string. Again, we're not playing this E string here. We're just starting from A. And you should get our A minor chord. There you go. So again, have a little practice of that. Pause me or rewind me, okay? Just so you can get used to playing that and get used to playing those two new chords. They are a little bit more difficult on the guitar, so you may have to be a bit more patient with yourself and really moving and adjusting your hands so you get all those nice, clear notes. As I always say, repetition, 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 and it will get easier over time the more you practice. Right, two more chords on our guitar, and then we'll do a little bit of a sing-along at the end. So we've got our F chord, okay? So our F chord, I'm going to show you the easier version of F. We've got two versions. One of them is pretty difficult. The other one, a little bit easier for us to play, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our third finger, or our ring finger. We're going to place it on the third fret of the D string. We're going to take our second finger. We're going to place it on the second fret of our A string. Sorry, our G string. I do apologise. Okay, so middle finger on the second fret of our G. Then with your first finger, okay, is you're going to press down, if you can, on both the B and E string on the first fret. So this is what we call barring. Okay, so it's not like a full bar across all the strings. So it's just on those two strings. If not, you can just put your first finger down on B. But if you want to, have a go getting it down on B and E as well. And that is our F chord. Now, with our F chord, we're not playing E and A. We do not want to play those two notes. All we're playing is that D, G, B, and E to get our F chord. Brilliant, there you go. Final chord that we're going to do now on our guitar is, of course, G major. Okay, so let's quickly recap. We've gone through C, we've gone through A minor, we've gone through F, and then we've got G now. So G is what we do is we take our second finger or our middle finger, we place it on the third fret of the E string, which is here. We take our first finger or our index finger, we place it on the second fret of the A string. And then we take our third finger or our ring finger and we place it on the third fret of the E string. And that is G major. Okay? I'll go through that one more time. So it's middle finger Second finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, the low E string. First finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. And then 3rd finger, or your ring finger, on the 3rd fret of the high E string, so that top one here. There we go. So we've got C, we've got A minor, we've got F, and then we've got G. Okay? With those chords, we are going to be able to play a lot of songs over the coming weeks. These are what I call foundation chords. These are probably the best chords to use because you can use them across so many songs. Okay, one of the songs which I have put up in the comments, of course, is Shotgun by George Ezra. Okay, which is a song that I absolutely love. What I'm going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of a sing-along, okay, just to finish off. My voice is okay, but if you want to, please sing along at home. We're just going to put those chords into practice, okay? If you're feeling really confident, have a go at playing along. If not, just sing along at home to make it nice and easier for yourself. But I'd seriously suggest having a go at playing along now. What we're going to do is it's going to be C to A minor. Oh, sorry, C, and then I believe it is F, then A minor, and then G. And we hold that chord down for 4 beats. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then on the chorus is what we do is we play it twice. So we go 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. So we're just going to sing along with the verse and the chorus. Okay. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Homegrown alligator, see you later. Gotta hit the road. Gotta hit the road. The sudden change in the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I could get used to this. 2, 3, 4. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you'll know where I'll be. Double strong now, I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Brilliant, well done if you're able to play along then, and well done if you were singing along as well. So I know I've gone through a lot today. Usually these lessons only last around 20 minutes or so, and we're nearly at the 45-minute mark. So well done if you're able to watch the whole thing. I really do hope you've enjoyed. As I mentioned, all these videos will be staying on our Facebook page and will be going onto our YouTube channel as well. And those schools that have asked, I'll be sending these over to staff so it goes onto your online resource pages. Remember to like, comment, subscribe now, and share these videos, as it really does help us out. As I mentioned, I'll be here every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 AM doing loads and loads of different musical activities and sing-alongs as well. So don't just think we're going to be doing ukulele and guitar, because we're not. We're going to be doing a whole host of other things. Next Monday, so next week, is we will be focusing on the guitar, okay, and we will be doing some music on our guitar, and again we're going to be doing some sing-alongs as well. So I do hope you've enjoyed this music lesson, the first of our online live music lessons over the next couple of weeks. If you've got any songs that you'd like to learn, or any different things you'd like to go over, please comment below or drop us a line and message in and let me know if there's something you'd like to go over, and I'll make sure that we do. So I hope you've all enjoyed this lesson. I will see you all on Monday at 10 a.m. Have a lovely weekend, and yeah, catch you all soon.